Kansas City, this is Holly with the iFamilyKC team, and I am here live at Bio-nihilator, talking to you about life's messy moments. Let's face it, kids and pets can be really messy. Oh my gosh. This is Sean. Sean is with Bio-nihilator. Thank you so much for having us today.
Thank you for being here.
So let's talk for a minute.
Yep.
Messes happen all the time in my house.
Yes.
So what do people normally do? What are you supposed to do when you come home and you find a stain or a mess or something on the carpet or the floor?
First thing you should do is freak out.
Exactly. Panic.
Right.
Absolutely.
Exactly. That is the first thing you should do. Now, a lot of times people will just run and grab something that they've seen under the sink or in the, in the laundry room, something like that.
Yeah, my all-purpose cleaner, right?
Exactly.
That works.
Something that I've seen. Hey, I grabbed some Clorox, something or other, and no. What we recommend, because we are by trade, we're carpet cleaners, and we have this product that we've manufactured that helps. But a lot of times, what we really want you to do, or what we recommend really, is if you have a spill or if there's a stain, you clean up the solids, okay, such as towel or paper towel or something like that. If there's something there with solids, get rid of that. And then if there's liquid, use a paper towel or something that can soak up and just lightly soak up in the beginning.
So before you apply any sort of
Correct.
chemical or product, you should soak up whatever material it is. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then you go from there. You want to use a product such as this,
which we're going to talk about here in a minute. I'm
Yes,
really
we are.
excited because I've used this product myself and I love it. So.
And you gave us a great testimony. We appreciate it.
Yes, no problem. Anytime.
But you want to use, the product as directed. Most people will just grab it and just do what they think is going to work.
Yeah.
Make sure you read, because I've been tricked on, it's like you read, oh, don't do that. Oh, well, that's the thing I did.
Oh, I did just spray that.
Right, I did just do that. Ooh, it says don't agitate for a few minutes. What? You want to pay attention to those things because you can set stains. And as carpet cleaners, we see it all the time.
Okay, so you could actually, by doing the wrong thing, you can make a worse stain.
You can set stains in.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You got to pay attention. And so most people don't realize that. And then because something they grabbed at the pet store maybe work on certain days, and then on other days it doesn't work at all. Or most of the time it's just not working.
Yeah.
Why is this not working?
This isn't getting the stain up.
The majority, what they're reaching for is an enzyme cleaner. Most of the time it's bacteria and enzymes or enzyme cleaner. Or they're reaching for something with really high concentrated hydrogen peroxide, which isn't all bad. No, and I'm not here to knock companies and knock people. Or they grab some shampoo that they found. I found it at the pet store, and
it must work.
Exactly, and it's a shampoo. One of the reasons why you want to pay attention, enzyme cleaners, they have them diluted, so the concentration is lower, and then their drying agent to help is an isopropanol, which is rubbing alcohol. Okay, that's a majority of it, and then they added fragrance, so it's not unpleasant. But with enzymes, they're not bad. In our industry, we use them on a regular basis, okay? But knowing how to apply, knowing what is going to work, what isn't, most people don't know. And here goes the boring part. This is the boring part. But it's really important to know, why is this enzyme cleaner? I bought 16 of them, and it only works at certain times. The main reason is they only operate best. First of all, you have to shake the bottle. You have to wake them up and kind of make them angry. And so you have to, you're going to learn some new chemistry today.
I'm fascinated by this. I didn't even know you needed to shake the bottle up.
In my younger years, I had no clue I was going to learn so much about urine in my life. But because of the industry that I'm in, okay, here it is. So you need to shake the bottle. You have to, when it's enzymes. And then you have to leave it on there for certain amounts of time. It is best if you read carefully. If you go onto somebody's website, you have to leave them on there for several hours. to really work.
I'm like a 10, 15 minutes and then I'm picking it up and frustrated that it's not working.
Right.
Yeah.
So the number one thing is you need, with enzymes, you have to have moisture. Moisture has to be present. So if it dries out too quickly, they go dormant. And they store them, when you see them in the bottle, they're in a dormant state. They come in contact with moisture, they're awakened. And they come in contact with bacteria, then they start digesting or feeding, it's technically digesting. And that's what you see, so that's where the action is. They do work on certain things. That they're banking on that there's proteins. That's mainly what they go for, is they're digesting proteins and certain food sources like that. But they are limited. They will dry up
because of that
condition. A lot of times you'll see, I've read on certain websites, when you're dealing with enzymes, keep re-wetting it, keep reapplying, or douse it really good, and then place a damp towel, a wet towel over it.
To keep it moist.
Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want to do that.
Well, no.
It may be several hours before it works effectively. And in a lot of cases, it takes 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah, and I'm not going to babysit my carpet for 6 to 8 hours.
Or, your wood floor or whatever.
Yeah.
So or they'll use, with a hydrogen peroxide cleaner, there are some popular ones. And they don't do a bad job. But the downfall that I've discovered after using this particular product, it's really popular. Hydrogen peroxide can be good on stain and odor. It hasn't been, when I put them side by side with this, it still doesn't hold a candle, especially on the odor removing side. But if you mix peroxide with ammonia and the uric acid, okay, because the more boring stuff, uric acid will turn into the ammonia, give you it will turn from an acid to an alkaline, give you the alkaline salts, the urine salts. That's what keeps collecting the moisture. If you've ever felt it on your carpet or anything, it's really oily and sticky. That's what that is.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so if you do that, you keep reapplying. The hydrogen peroxide stuff will off-gas. And when it off-gases, we smell the ammonia gas.
So what does off-gas mean? Does that mean when it just goes up out of the carpet or out of the material? Okay.
Right. You hit the material. So it will, off-gassing is when it comes in contact with, like the urine comes in contact with the bacteria. It's off-gassing, and you smell it in the presence of the air.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
Okay. So off-gassing, many different things are off-gassing. Actually, this is probably still off-gassing from the mill. This, I don't know if this still would be or not. But and one thing they always put on the back of the label, I'll just side note here, is check for color fastness. We have to put it on there. This is color safe. And what that means, what is color fast? Color fast means it's the colors are dyed in, so they're not going to run or bleed if you apply the solution. There are some really potent solutions out there if you apply it to certain material.
And the colors run together.
Exactly. So you want, especially upholstery, that's where you really want to pay attention. And that's where I recommend Grab, a terry cloth towel or something like that, and test, But yeah. With shampoos, I mentioned the enzymes, the hydrogen peroxide cleaner, or the shampoo. The shampoo it's going to have limited results, okay? It's not getting to the core. It's actually, if you don't neutralize correctly, you're going to just leave a bunch of soapy residue.
Okay, so is it more of like it looks clean, but maybe isn't quite, okay, that makes sense.
You can remove dirt, but you're not removing the source of the odor, which is the urine itself.
Which would be why pets would re-stain an area that hasn't been treated properly. Is that right? Okay.
Well, and they're also creatures of habit, but yes, you're correct.
Well, I will tell you myself, as we kind of step into talking more about Bionihilator, I actually met you a little over a year ago.
Yes.
And at the time, I was having an issue with my cat. Who was revisiting the same area over and over again. And so I thought, well, I'll give Bionihilator a try. see if it works. And it did. She never resoiled the area, which was huge for me as a pet owner. So,
okay,
yeah,
so
that was
what
great.
you just mentioned, we hear on a regular basis. We haven't officially made that claim that you apply this, use it once, and they'll never go back. Like
I'll make it for you.
like a really bad infomercial that's really dramatic, But we hear that all the time.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, it was true. And it worked, and I was amazed by it. So it's fascinating sitting here listening to why methods that I had tried before that didn't work, because I didn't know that. So that's very interesting information. And I'm sure people are watching and thinking, wow, I have used bottles and bottles and bottles of cleaners for my floor or my carpet, and nothing's worked. And now you know why it's not working for you. But so Bionihilator does work. And why is that? What is it? Tell us a little bit about what it is.
First and foremost, it is a professional strength version of, it's a stain and odor eliminator. And one of the reasons that it's working, I can give you, it's the biodegradable surfactants that are cleaning surfactants. And then it also has some quaternary chloride in there. It has 4 different ones in there that kind of helps grab a broad spectrum of odor causing problems. Okay. It's really hard to get a one size fits all thing, but we tried, when we were making this stuff. And then you want to keep, if you have the quaternary chloride, you have it does have hydrogen peroxide, but it's not overloaded. The right combination with the orange peel extract, which is a food grade orange peel extract, those combinations together give us a really good, powerful punch. And
it smells really good too. I wish that you guys could smell just how awesome. I mean, I hate to say that about a cleaner.
You're the one saying it.
But it really does smell really good. Yeah. And it smells faintly of baby powder.
Yes.
But it's a very pleasant, scent to spray on a hard surface or on a carpet. And you have products for both, right? You have the hard surface cleaner and the carpet cleaner, which you'll show us here in a second how those work. As you can see, I'm going to tilt the camera down so you guys can see a little bit. These carpets are fairly stained here. So we're going to show you how the Bionihilator works, so that you can kind of see what to expect if you decide that this is the right product for you, which I'm confident that you will. And Sean will show you how to use it too. And so you were telling me earlier that some of these carpets have been stained since September, right?
Yes, and we're here in March 2018. So this was September last year. And I just forgot about them.
Whoops.
Oops. So, no pressure or anything.
Yeah, no pressure. They've just, these stains have been set in for several months.
Several months. So, yeah, let's, give it a shot.
Yeah, show us how this works.
First of all, just like your Italian salad dressing, give it shake it up.
A good shake.
Give it a good shake. Things can settle at the bottom. And so, very easy. You'll see the 2 types. This one is the carpet, soft surface. I've used it on mattresses, upholstery, carpet. I've used it on certain clothes. I've actually used it in the laundry, just a capful.
Oh, you can use it in the laundry. I didn't even know that.
So a capful. Well, we had one that was potty training, and there were some issues in the bed, and it works fantastic.
Awesome.
And then, I've used it on the mattress, but I've also used this hard surface for aerating and deodorizing. It's fantastic for that. So you'll see the main difference. One has a flip top. Hard surface has the trigger sprayer. And so I'm just going to apply this here on this.
I'm going to move the camera closer so you guys can see here.
Now, it says to leave it a good 10 to 15 minutes, but it will start working right away. So
if you're impatient like I am.
Yeah, like most of us, because, most people just want to spray something and walk away. And when it comes to, like, for example, if somebody does wet the bed, are you comfortable with that?
Yeah, you don't want to leave that for any longer than you have to.
Do you feel comfortable with just spraying some little product that you found over the counter and, even though they wet the bed? Okay, so So I actually, a lot of times, I just use my finger, and it's starting. You can see it's starting to change.
It really is starting to come up, and this is totally safe for you to have on your hands, or even have around your kids and pets, right?
Yep, absolutely. Everything is environmentally safe. It's biodegradable, but you can see it's starting to change. And so I was actually kind of sweating it out because it's been there several months. but as you can see, it's just starting to change, and that's just about maybe a minute.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so what is this stain? Do you remember what it was? Is it marker or?
No, this was actually fruit juice.
Okay, so something your kid would probably easily spill on the carpet.
This was fruit juice. I think the Gatorade ones, I think I've already used those. Gatorade, well, fruit juice is a little more concentrated than Gatorade anyway. But yeah, I just wanted to see.
Yeah, that's amazing. So this stain, if you're just joining us, this is fruit juice. I'm going to pull it up for a second. That has been in this carpet since September. And Sean just put a little bit of the Bionihilator right in here. And you can see that it's already coming up. That was literally less than 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. So it started working in, probably 30 to 45 seconds. Urine is obviously pretty concentrated. It's pretty strong. If you remember from school, more boring stuff here, but if you remember from school, the pH scale is from 0 to 14. Well, then 7 would be in the middle. 7 is neutral. Anything 7 or below is acidic. Beyond 7 is alkaline. Our bodies, our skin is acidic. The old rule, if you're dealing with dirt, dust, or anything like that, we wash with an alkaline, your shampoo, your body wash, and rinse with an acid. Now, most people don't want to know that. Like the rinse, your conditioner, it's a mild acid.
Which you would not realize
what it's doing is it's not anything to hurt you. It's just enough to neutralize the shampoo. Most shampoos, though, rinse fine. It's not a real high pH. Most of the detergents can be, but where you get over-the-counter cleaners that I've seen. Sometimes you see that pale blue ring. Okay, I know which ones that is. I've just walked in enough homes, and I know over the years which one they've been using, and I can pretty much ask them, "Yep, you've been using this." Those are using an oxidized bleach, okay, an optical brightener, an oxidized bleach, which is a really strong hydrogen peroxide, really concentrated. But sometimes there's other stuff in there that leaves it really sticky. So with a little sticky residue, even the dust that settles is going to go there first. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because it's almost attracting
Why does it keep, the bad infomercial at night? Oh no! Why does it keep coming back?
That's why.
Like that. So
that's just science.
Right.
Yeah, that makes total sense. And so this is safe, we know, for kids and pets and families. Is there any amount of time that you need to let it set before you can let your kids come back in the room?
It is recommended to leave it 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
Especially if you're dealing with urine, vomit, feces, things like that. Okay, bodily fluids, humans, mammals. Okay?
Things that happen.
Things that happen. It does. Dog or cat. We don't need the dog formula or the cat formula. It's all the dog and cat formula. Okay?
And this is also the people formula too. So
if you need to know, yes, it will be the people formula. So, for example, urine is much more acidic, and you want to neutralize that. You don't, because everybody has the question. I'm going to answer it right now. You've heard fresh urine, use white vinegar. No.
Don't use white vinegar.
If it's really, really old, you can use white vinegar. You don't neutralize, you don't counter, especially if it's fresh, an acid, which is white vinegar, is acidic, with another acid. You counter that.
That'll make it more acidic.
Correct. You can set those stains in.
Oh, so gosh.
Yeah.
Think of all the people that have been doing that.
I know. You can. You won't always, but you increase your chances of setting the stain in. And so the white vinegar has been used for deodorizing, but there are better options. Not for removing the stain. Right. There are better options. So
And unless you are a chemist by trade, which I am not,
I'm
then
not either.
you probably cannot
Right.
create the right formula that you need,
Yeah.
which is why you guys do it for us,
Right,
which we
exactly.
appreciate. Let me take another peek at this because you can see it's coming up even more too here. If you're just joining us, we're talking about Bionihilator. This is a people and pet safe cleaner for your carpets and hard surfaces. And we're just talking about why stains happen, what you can do about them, what people normally do about them, and why some of those options just don't work.
Yeah.
How can people get more information about Bionihilator? You guys have a hard surface spray, which you can use on
Yes.
tile and then just linoleum and
Wood
flooring.
Yeah.
And then you've got that carpet,
Correct.
or soft surface. You said you can use it on mattresses or upholstery. So, your couch or anything like that. How can people get that? Where can you buy it at?
Okay. There are several options. A lot of people order off the website, just Bionihilator.com. And this is a little bit tricky, but I'm going to let them see it because how do you spell this?
And we've linked to your website in the description too. So
Yes.
if you are having trouble, this is how you spell it. This is what the bottle looks like. It's nice and pretty. Smells really good too.
It does.
You can order this online.
Or you can call 913-200-1262.
Well, there you go.
That's the number.
That is awesome.
We're in the publication of iPets.
That's our sister publication. That's iPetsKC. This is our current issue here. Right there. Isn't that dog so adorable? Oh my goodness. So they are on page 10 of the current issue of iPetsKC. Or you can go to bionihilator.com. Or what's that phone number one more time?
913-200-1262. We do have a distributor out of Springfield, Missouri, and so they've got us, and I did a lot of the hard legwork, but we're in roughly just over 100 stores throughout the metro, but southern Missouri, and then starting in the St. Louis area, mid-Kansas, northern Arkansas. We're actually expanding through that. A couple of other distributors are looking at us at the moment.
Okay.
So we're crossing our fingers for that. We do have some new SKUs that we're looking at. A general purpose cleaner.
That also smells really good. That was you were telling me earlier, it smells kind of citrusy. It's very nice.
Yes. That's a concentrate version. And then a disinfectant. And then we're looking at one that's going to be making some unusual claims, some rather bold claims. Details right now for that with our company helping us out. But yeah, those will be really exciting because a lot of your rescues, boarding, doggy daycare, that kind of facilities, their cleaning protocol, it will make things so much easier for them.
Yeah, even daycares for little kids, that'll be great too. Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, the pet industry has worked, but we use this stuff even on the truck. Okay, when we go into somebody's home, when I make up some pre-spray, it actually will be somewhat similar to this. It won't be identical because these have to be pre-measured to a certain amount, but I can adjust things and tailor the cleaning when I'm on the truck. There's a preconditioning spray that I can make. Well, some of those ingredients are this.
Or the Bionihilator.
Right, exactly. And that does such a fantastic job. There have been cases where I have taken out red wine, obviously Kool-Aid. Yeah, it doesn't happen all the time. It depends on how old and what they've tried. Because that's one thing. We always try to ask, when was the last time it was cleaned professionally? What did you use on it? Because sometimes certain products will set stains. So
that's good to know.
Yes.
All right. Once again, that phone number for more information.
913-200-1262.
Or you can go to bionihilator.com. Sean, thank you so much. This has been really informative, talking about the science behind the messes that we experience in our day-to-day life as parents and pet owners. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will be back live tomorrow morning from Paint, Glaze, and Fire. So stay tuned for that. Have a great afternoon, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, guys.